Hi guys and girls of the Cloud Tech community, I'm Brad Nelson, owner of HIlliard, and here are a few tech news highlights from this week in the world of cloud computing and IoT. Please remember to like and share this video with your friends and colleagues. Big cloud news from BMW and Microsoft this month. Earlier in the month, BMW hosted its Innovation Days at its tech office in Chicago. They showcased the current connectivity services and its vision for in-car experience in the future. BMW has decided it wants to have full control over the in-car experience, even though they currently support Apple CarPlay. In the future, they do not want to outsource to a big technology firm, so BMW is partnering with Microsoft Azure Cloud to help them bring their products into their cars. And this means the BMW Entertainment System, or Infotainment System, will show appointments and emails from Outlook, with Skype for Business coming soon. Microsoft Azure Cloud seemed to be the most obvious partner in cloud as its technical foundation strategy, as one of BMW's major growth markets is China, and Azure has a massive presence in 2 regions. Microsoft veteran Bill Patterson departs for Salesforce. Bill Patterson, a veteran of CRM at Microsoft, was one of the longest serving managers in the Dynamics 365 program. Bill has joined Salesforce as a Senior Vice President for Service Engagement. Salesforce executive Bob Stutz, who used to be Patterson's boss at Microsoft before leaving in 2015, are said to both have a good relationship. And the Salesforce seemed to be the logical move. Congratulations on your move, Bill. Rejected by Amazon, 2 brothers have now just raised $9 million for their startup cloud training company. This is such a feel-good story that I read this week about the 2 Australian brothers, one of which was a lawyer from Melbourne working in London who was rejected by Amazon, and the other a successful software engineer. They have both now just raised $9 million for their startup cloud training company called A Cloud Guru. They have trained more than 250,000 students in 160 countries, with courses starting from as little as $15 US. Their clients include corporate customers such as Expedia and the US bank Capital One. Well done, Ryan and Sam Cronenberg. Great resilience in the face of rejection. I wish you both all the success and the best in the future. Rackspace are featured in the news this week. They've revealed that their partnership with Amazon Web Services will see the companies work closer together than ever before and help streamline their processes for customers making the move to AWS. The partnership is aimed at making the move to AWS much less painful for customers currently utilizing Rackspace systems. New solution migration advisory services will allow customers to access AWS-specific technical resources from Rackspace to help plan the migration of their application and data. Another Aussie cloud computing startup features in this week's news. Joviam takes on the US with its mid-sized cloud computing platform technology that is different to AWS and Azure and focused on SMEs. Joviam, which has been self-funded to date, is based in Sydney but will be expanding to Melbourne by the end of the year. Joviam was also soft launched in San Francisco only 2 weeks ago and plans to compete against the big names such as AWS, Google, IBM, Microsoft and VMware. Delivering robust tech that's priced appropriately for the mid-market, Joviam co-founder and director Gabby Jarrett is also scanning the Asian and European markets, but will be mainly focused on the US at least for the next 12 months. A security question comes up in this week's news. Is Australian cybersecurity overconfident? Palo Alto Networks report says that Australian businesses are somewhat resilient in their cybersecurity habits, even though many think that cyber criminals and threats are becoming more difficult to fight. The State of Cybersecurity in Asia Pacific report says that Australians also have a misplaced sense of confidence. 36% of respondents lost at least $130,000 in data breaches in 2015 to 2016, and 40% have lost money in the last year alone. Organisations are not paying attention to the threat landscape and how serious some threats are. 70% of Australian respondents said that cybercrime has become more sophisticated in the last 5 years, while 86% of Chinese respondents thought the same. More than half of the Australian firms devoting between 5 to 15% of their budget to cybersecurity, and 55% said it's easy to convince management that security is a worthwhile investment. Congratulations are in order to Aussie startup Northbridge Secure. They have an app called NetConnect, which is now certified on the Microsoft Azure Marketplace. NetConnect's focus is to bring increased mobility to SMEs, enabling remote working to be inexpensive and simple. NetConnect users can access their desktop via their web browser and access all their data and desktop applications, as everything is instantly cloud-based and securely available. NetConnect is available on the Azure Marketplace and has licensing options for all business sizes and includes a 30-day trial license. In China this week, Amazon cloud customers were told not to bypass China's internet gates. Amazon's customers in China, like Apple's, face pressure to comply with the Chinese government's tightening of the screws on its already heavily policed internet. Amazon Web Services' Chinese partner, Beijing Sinet technology company, sent out emails to its users asking them to delete tools enabling them to circumvent the country's vast system of internet filters. Some of the tools that clients use include virtual private networks or VPNs. An Amazon spokeswoman said Sinet is responsible for ensuring that its customers in China comply with local laws, and their notice was intended to remind customers of their obligations. And for the final story this week in the news, it's SAP versus Oracle. And this week, Forbes wrote that Oracle's booming cloud business could rip and replace SAP as its #1 in the apps. As cloud computing has already triggered massive disruptions across industries in business models and traditional pecking orders, it's giving Oracle Corp a once-in-a-generation chance to displace arch-enemy SAP as the world leader in enterprise applications. For decades, SAP has been the world leader in enterprise applications, and Oracle has been the frontrunner in enterprise databases. Oracle's recent surge in cloud applications revenue, as it sold $1 billion in SaaS apps during the quarter period ending May the 31st, and already $3.4 billion for this year, give it a legitimate chance to overtake SAP as the world's #1 provider for enterprise applications, particularly in the massive cloud ERP market. I'm Brad Nelson of HIlliard. Thanks for watching this week's cloud computing and IoT news highlights. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video with your friends and colleagues. Until next week, be good, be safe and keep our clouds secure.